The end of 2017 saw Jack Catterall lift the British super lightweight title, improve his WBO ranking to world number 3 and extend his unbeaten credentials to 19-0. El Gato is now back in training at Haroon Headley's Flixton-based heavy hitters gym, and he's plotting his route to a well-deserved world title shot. It's fair to say this talented Chorley fighter is in a pretty good place right now, and 2018 might just be a very big year.
What are the ambitions for 2018?
It's got to be the world title. I've had the WBO Intercontinental and the European title for over 2 years now. I've moved up the rankings. I think I'm ranked number 3 in the WBO, and obviously we've had the Terence Crawford move up to welterweight, so we've had Flanagan move up to 140. So I think naturally in the coming months, if he can win the vacant title against Hooker, I think that's a fight for summertime.
Just give me your reflections on the last couple of fights of last year. You know, you seem to re-engage and find that form again.
Yeah, I had the 2 fights last year. I boxed Martin Gethin in April and Tyrone Nurse in October, so I'd like to have been a bit more busier, but overall I was happy with last year. I picked up the British title in October and made a successful defence against Gethin in April, so I can't complain.
Just talk me through the Gethin performance, because you seem to recapture that power that we'd seen earlier in your career.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be one of them go to the trenches fight with Gethin. I've seen him in some good tough fights, and like every fight I prepared well for it, and I think that was his final push that night, and I think I stopped him in the 3rd round, which I was happy with. Caught him with a clean 1-2, and I think that finished it. But yeah, respect to Martin, he come and give it his final shot.
You sort of overpowered him though, really, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt more bullish and I felt like the bigger man. I think I'm big for 140 pounds, and I could just tell the difference in the strength.
And the Tyrone Nurse for the British title, you were always confident of winning that and performed very well.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good learning fight for me. I went the 12 rounds with Tyrone, and like every fight I can pick it apart when I go home, and I think I'm not daft. There's always room to improve, but overall I was happy with the performance. I know Tyrone over the last couple of years has put on some good performances and is a brilliant boxer, so to outbox him, and I felt like I beat him in every department that night, so I was happy with it. I think I drew him into my fight. He's an elusive boxer, he likes to move and he's slippery, but I think I took that away from him that night and made him fight to how I wanted to fight.
Moving on to things this year, I mean, obviously with Terry Flanagan coming up to 140 pounds, that's a very enticing contest potentially down the line, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I've said it before, and you can't look too far ahead in boxing. I've got a fight scheduled hopefully for April, so I've got to come through that and I've got to look good doing that. And likewise, Terry's, I think he's got his date now for the fight for the world title, so I wish him all the best. Hopefully he wins that title and gives me the opportunity to take it off him in the summer.
He's fighting Maurice Hooker, of course. What's your view on that one?
It's a good fight, it's a tough fight. I've watched Maurice Hooker and I've watched Terry over the last couple of years, and it's a fight I believe he can win. He's got to perform to win the title, so I hope he does that.
And if he does, you're the man on the spot really, aren't you? You have sparred him before. I mean, I know what goes on in sparring is quite often a guarded secret, but can you give us some sort of indication how that went?
Yeah, sparring, and Terry knows how the spars went. Likewise, to the people that was in the room, so not say too much on the sparring. Hopefully he wins the title, and I don't think the fight will be too difficult to make. Now, if I can keep my ranking with the WBO, I'll be making a defence of that in the coming months. Hopefully that can be made mandatory. If not, I believe Terry will give me the shot as a voluntary. Rumour
had it was a very competitive spar. I mean, were you pleased with, you know, what you put into it and what you saw? You know, does it give you hope if the two of you were to enter the ring that you've got a good chance, really?
I'm confident anyway. I've watched Terry over the years, and a fellow southpaw. I'm excited if this fight gets made. Like I said, I can't look too far ahead. I've got to win my next fight first, but if that fight gets made, I'll be really excited for it. And like I've just said, Terry knows what happened in them spars.
What about Terry in terms of style and work rate and things like that? Does anything he brings sort of potentially cause you a problem?
Listen, there's no disrespect to Terry. I've watched him fight, and we know he's a good fighter. He didn't pick up the world title and have 4 or 5 successful defences of it from not being a good fighter, but I know the tools that I've got in my artillery, and I know they're too much for Terry.